Hey there, guys. Robert Weichelt with EXP with another episode of Weichelt Wednesday. Today, I am super excited to introduce somebody that I've known in this industry for a very long time, but I also consider Chris Sorensen one of the smartest, not just mortgage lenders, not just realtors, but smartest real estate industry experts that I've met in this business. We've trained, we've shared stages together, we've trained agents all over the country. So without further ado, let me bring on Chris Sorensen. Chris, how you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, well, with that welcome, I'm doing better than I was even before this call started. So goodness, I'm going to have you. Can you come with me when I get home tonight and talk to my wife and say those same things?
Absolutely. You know what? We've had so much fun. We've traveled, we've trained, and I just really enjoy our relationship. And I'm here today to excitingly share that we've forged a relationship. We've put together
Finally.
a relationship that we're going to roll out to our realtor partners. So why don't we tell the audience who's Chris Sorensen?
All right. So I know we have a limited time here. So let me just say this. This is not about me. This is about you, the agents that are watching this. But just for validation purposes only, as Robert said, Chris Sorensen, I'm the Senior Vice President. I run PRMG. We are one of the top 15 lenders nationally in America and the top 5th wholesale lender in America. I've been doing this business for 35 years, started as a top producing agent, then lender, and now running this large organization for the last 13 years. And so our goal from day one has always been, what can we do to bring additional lead aggregation and management of those leads to the realtor partners? We're a 92% purchase money organization. So everything we do, Robert, around the country is dedicated to bringing value add, not just, of course, products. Of course, we have those. We're a direct lender, Fannie, Freddie, Ginnie. If someone's got a 580 FICO score and they need to do a cash out, we're your Huckleberry, right? We're going to do those tough deals. Commercial loans, builders capital. We have builder loans, help builders go both in their entitlements and vertical. I mean, I could drone on, which hopefully there'll be a time to do so. But for this introductory call, maybe that will suffice just to kind of give a little bit of a tease. But the tools that we talked about as far as marketing tech stack to be able to help aggregate leads, as you saw, is second to none.
Needless to say, I tell you, we could go on forever. There's so many amazing tools. And we have Richie, your son, on the call as well. And I want to make sure that we introduce Richie. So Richie, dive in, tell the audience who you are.
Well, yeah, I'm Richie. You probably know us by now. I'm Chris's son. I've decided to follow his footsteps into the industry. And I've learned very early on that providing a raving fan experience for the client, that's a given. Where I really get excited is doing what we talked about, showing the tools, how we can generate the real estate agent leads. That's what I get excited about.
Yeah, and what I tell you, we've worked together on a number of transactions as we're putting this relationship together. You're not a stranger to this business. Number one, you've got the best teacher in the business, but you have 35 years of experience that you can tap into. But you've also been doing this for a while, and I've already worked with you on a few transactions. And I was telling your dad not to pump you up too much, but I've never seen somebody with so much detail, so much. The follow up is perfect, because every lender I've worked with, just about in my 37 years of selling real estate, there just seems to be a disconnect. The follow up is not there. It's more of a short and to the point. There's no warmth. Your follow-up has been amazing. Your knowledge of the industry, amazing. And I'm so excited to introduce you to my agents that I work with, that I will work with in the future, and any consumers I work with. Our open houses are well attended, so we're going to have a really good time. So with that said, Chris, what do we want to say to the agent that's tuning into this right now? What do we want to say to that agent about the mortgage services and the level of service we'll provide them?
Yeah, when you and I first started talking, the idea was to forge a partnership so that you and I designated my son because I knew I could trust him, and I wanted to promote him into a friendly environment. And by the way, piggybacking quickly, I made sure he had to start from the ground up. He had to start in disclosures and become the team lead in disclosures. Then he had to go into compliance, and then he became the team lead in compliance before he was able to originate. Now he's one of the top 1% originators. I mean, he's crushing it. He's doing a great job. And so I am very proud of him. And I always as I told you, you two are where the boots hit the ground. This is where it's going to happen. This is where the magic occurs. And to what you said is important. I taught Richie, you don't return phone calls because you make them. Be proactive in your communication, and agents will become your best friend. Because as a former real estate agent, nothing drove me worse crazy than have to always be tracking information down. If somebody's willing to be proactive and say, hey, Robert, hey, team, we've got you. This is what's happening today. Go out and get another. I've got your back. That's what this business should be all about. And so that's what we're going to do. I mean, we wanted to make sure that your agents felt that, hey, you know what? This isn't just about somebody getting remuneration. This is about control of the process, so we can create a Disneyland type experience, or a Nordstrom's, if you will, experience from the genesis of the relationship post closing. So, because our greatest ROI is what? That referral client. So we, regardless of what you do, in addition to what you do, we follow up with the client nonstop in perpetuity to make sure, and we track them through our electronic tracking. We know when they list a home, when they have the diapers, right? Or the D's, diapers, divorce, diamonds, downsizing, deployment. We know when these type of activities are going to occur, so that we can get out in front of the client before they make a decision with somebody else.
Man, I tell you, you hit the nail on the head. So Richie, my question for you is, what do you want to say to the agents that are watching this, that are tuning in, on some of the level of service that they should expect?
To echo what Chris said, you taught me very early on that clear and concise communication consistently is going to put the stress levels way down. So I've learned that very on, where if I'm constantly communicating, where if I wake up, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to get done. And at the end of the day, even if I didn't get it done, I'm going to tell you that, so you always know what's going on in the loan process. That's what
Total communication. That's really what lacks in this industry, is when there's no news, it's like there's no updates. I'm an update guy saying, hey, there's no updates, but I want to touch base, because buyers in particular, it's uncertain waters. So it's up to us to make sure they're getting taken care of. So we've got a mortgage banking situation. We've been doing this for a long time. We know what we're doing. We have just about every product under the sun. Now it's the chance for these agents to actually reach out. And when I was looking under the hood, I got to tell you, some of the marketing, and as an agent, I can speak from an agent standpoint. I want to get a bunch of marketing out, but I'm not sure. I have to spend so much time trying to create these marketing pieces and create these different marketing strategies. When I looked under your hood in the marketing department, I just click, point, and I'm done. I don't have to think. And as an agent, that excites me, because I get a chance to get my word out there, get the marketing out there, take care of these customers, and I don't have to recreate the wheel. So that makes me excited. And I know my wife, Carla, will be running all the marketing behind the scenes, whether it be social media, database management, and those types of things. So I'm super excited about our partnership. Chris, in closing, what would you like to say to the audience that we may not have brought up so far? What would you like to say to them in closing?
Look, as a former real estate agent, you are the customer, and you want to feel like your customer. Walt Disney said people will spend money where and when they feel good. And so that's something all of us need to remember. Charge what you're worth, but then earn what you charge. And you guys do that when you go out there and represent a buyer or you list a home. We have to echo or mirror your actions. And so please know that you've got a friend here at PRMG. We are a powerhouse organization, obviously, that can literally do things that most lenders can't do. And remember, as a direct lender, there's things that we can do, because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and Ginnie will only buy close loans that came from the retail side of the business versus the broker side of the business. Now, we can do both. We can broker and bank, but please know we can do it all for you. And Robert, listen, I think that was the thing that got me the most excited in partnering with you, is I'm excited to make you look good. And so when you place your stamp of imprimatur onto Richie and myself, know that we take that very seriously, and your agents will always have us to back up, obviously, what you and Richie say. I will be here for all of you.
Excellent. I love it. And I know that to be fact. Richie, in closing, what would you like to say to the realtor community that's maybe tuning into this?
I would just tell them, I know how hard you guys work to get a lead or to get a client. And I can promise you that same ethic. I will not take that for granted. I will work harder than anybody you've met to make sure that I don't ruin my father's reputation, basically. So that's what I'm.
Well, you know what?
Good, thank God.
I can tell you this, I'm super excited. Richie, like I said, you've already shown me what you're able to do. That's why it's so important to me to get this on tape, get this on video. I dated myself just now, so by saying tape, but
I
get
loved
this
it.
out, get this message out to the agents. They don't know what they're missing. They need to set up a time, a one-on-one appointment. I'll put a calendar link in the response, in the chat box, and in the notification. I encourage you to reach out to Richie and Carla and sit down, see how we can help you agents get your marketing strategy on place, get you loans closed on time. Because at the end of the day, first the loan, then the home. Guys, I appreciate your time, and I'm super excited about this relationship. And I'll tell you what, we're going to have an amazing, amazing time helping people buy, sell, invest in this business. So you guys, I appreciate both of you very much. And if there's any questions for those of you that are watching, reach out to us. We'd love to sit down with you and see how we can help you grow your business. This is Robert Weichelt for another episode of Weichelt Wednesday with my good buddy Chris and Richie from PRMG. Thank you guys so much for your time today, and we'll talk to you again soon.